Hi guys, welcome to this technique analysis. So this is from a fight from last year. This one is between Ryan Lilley and Jordan Winski. So Lilley's on the left in the black shorts. Now I'm releasing it now because they just made the video available on YouTube now over at the Access TV channel. So I'll put the link in the description so you can see the fight. It's pretty short, pretty sweet, well done for the knockout on the part of Ryan Lilley. Now, quickly going over this. I want you to pay attention to the distance between both men. So this is regular fighting distance. They're at range. This is fine. Keep in mind, if you haven't seen the fight before, what happened before is that Winski threw a replacement step high kick that landed on Lilley and got him a little bit wobbly. So he was probably having that kind of thing in mind for what he does next. So that said, what he's going to do is going to step forward with his lead leg to close the gap and throw a feint here. So that's what happens next. Here, step forward. This step forward is taken, momentum is generated, and he throws that feint. Now the feint, in my opinion, is what made the catastrophe happen for Winski, because it was kind of like a half-hearted feint. It wasn't really snappy, it wasn't really believable, and I think that Lilley saw this one coming, and that's why he was able to react in time. Now, Lilley is going to react by taking a step back, but it doesn't go all that far. He just tries to maintain range a little bit. Now, the next thing that you'll see, and this is a critical point, is that the back foot here of Winski is going to, instead of come forward as a replacement step and then stop at this spot here, which is where the lead foot is, he's going to go further than that, and he's going to go all the way here in front, and he's going to end up with a crossed leg position. Now notice the difference between both red circles that I draw. So this is the range that we have here. I'm just marking the lead foot as a reference point, and this is the range that we have here. So that is going to place your entire body and head that much closer to your opponent when you throw a body kick. And this is going to be the undoing of Winski, which we'll see in a second. So he's going to step forward with that back foot and he crosses his legs. It's hard to see because it goes very quickly, but watch the replay. Again, link is in the show notes, in the description, sorry. Watch the replay and you'll see that he crosses all the way forward, as you can see here, crossed leg position over here. Now this is the point, because in my opinion the feint wasn't believable enough that Lilley realizes I've got a good shot at countering here, and he instinctively braces, and then he's going to launch that big overhand right. Now I'll freeze to the next part, and there you see the kick isolated upon impact. Now this is a fraction of a second before this right hand is going to come crashing down and cause all sorts of damage. Now, I want you to pay attention to a few things. Because of that crossover step that he took, so crossing his legs, I want you to see here the support leg, and we've got the kicking leg here, and I'll go to the knee, and then we've got shin bone over here. Now I want you to pay attention to the bottom foot and watch where the heel is pointing. It is pointing at a 90-degree angle from the opponent. This forces you to only use the half hip, so then your hip can only go halfway forward as opposed to all the way rotate into the technique. And that is, in my opinion, the issue that caused all the problems here. Now, what he should have done, in my opinion, to get a little bit more safety and more power and actually more reach, is go forward with that heel. So what he should have done is pivot on the ball of the foot so that the heel faces the opponent. The result of that is that the hips then also will end up rotating further, and you have more power, more reach. But most of all, what you can do is instead of staying here with the head fairly straight, you can lean a little bit more backwards, and instead of being here where he leans forward, he would have been here, and with a little bit of luck his head would have been over here, and then that right hand is going to go wide. That would have been ideal, but this is not what happened. And the second part that I want to mention here, so you guys can see it better, so just taking this away here, pay attention to what is going on at the shin. He is not hitting with the bottom half of the shin or the part near the ankle. He's hitting almost with the knee here, very high up the shin bone, almost with the knee. So that's too close for a body kick, and the result is that you are vulnerable to counters, and this is what happens. So that's the main point that I wanted to make. It's the feint that didn't go all that well, and crossover step that ended up crossing the legs and bringing him closer, that prevented the hip turn, that prevented the full pivot that he could have done to generate power and increase the range to keep his head away from counter punches. That's where it's all a chained event series that just one thing happens after the other and everything gets worse and worse and worse. And then you get the knockout, and this is the moment of impact. So the follow through is there. You can see that that right hand just landed clearly and then just swung all the way through. And you can see that Winski is having all sorts of trouble staying upright right after. So he's going to stumble backwards a little bit, and he's pretty much out of it. And what you see is that Lilley is going to come in and flurry on him. He's going to throw this nice right hand, which you see just the moment of impact here, and that's going to send Winski onto the floor, and then it's pretty much over. So that's it for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this breakdown. Again, all this kind of stuff, use it for your own training, and if you disagree, it's fine. Just disagree for reasons that you know other than, well, this is just how I do it. As a coach, I believe that you have to think through your techniques and weigh the positives and negatives, and then figure out how you can make it work for you. And if it doesn't work for you, maybe it's for somebody else. And if they can't make it work, it's fine, no worries. So give it a try. Hope you guys enjoy this. As always, you can like, share, subscribe, go to the Facebook page where you can see all sorts of fun that is there still. You can see the link right here, facebook.com/MMA Formula. Talk to you guys next time.